I still play that defensive role. I just continue to evolve. I had some growing pains last year, trying to be that guy a little bit. I learned a lot, though. That experience was very, very valuable. So I took all that I learned and kind of got my body into shape, got my mind geared for this year. Just thought I would be well prepared.
Patience helped you tonight. When they were double teamed, they had some sort of going at you the whole game, didn't they?
Yeah. I've been seeing those the past few weeks now, but my teammates are great, man. They've been hitting shots. They still set screens for me and things of that nature. So, for me, if that's going to be the case, just got to pass the ball. Hopefully, it comes back around.
Seems like a while, I might be wrong, where you've been asked to guard a point guard, especially for as long as you were. How tough was that tonight, especially with your ankle perhaps not being where it normally is?
Yeah. The good thing about my early years in the league is that I was a defensive guy for a very long time, so it's not a hard habit to get back into that mode and guarding good players. So. The coaches asked me to guard the point guards or guard good players. I'm ready.
Was there ever a point today where you weren't sure about your availability, or how was the ankle?
Yeah, I knew I could walk and stuff, but I didn't practice yesterday. I didn't really do much in shoot around today. My ankle was still sore, but I knew I could play. So for me, if you can play, play. There's no need for me to sit out. If you can't play, go sit down. Don't be in between. So I just got out there and see how it go.
What does it say when you have 6 guys in double figures? You got 7 assists, 7 guys. Everybody hot?
Yeah, no, it's impressive. I mean, that means that we're trusting each other. In the game we played the right way. 30 assists, 7 guys in double figures. That means everybody's being aggressive, but they're being aggressive with the right intent. We do that with each other. We need to keep the team on a night-in, night-out basis.
You had said after one of them losses that you were still hoping to go 4-2, 3-3. Some of us may have blown our what's been the difference these last couple of games, and what would a win on Tuesday mean?
It'll mean a lot. It'll mean a lot. It had got to the point where losses can be discouraging, but I don't know if you guys felt it. It just always feels like we're right there, and then something happens and we end up losing. Like our margin for error just was so small, and anytime we made a breakdown, I had a team going to run against us, it's like the game got out of hand. So with that in mind, it's not like we were just getting deep handed. We were always in games, so it was just about making those minor adjustments mentally, paying a little more attention to detail, sharing the ball a little bit more, and coming out with victories.
How much of a challenge is it to defend a team? They had 39 attempts last night and 39 more tonight.
Well, it's tough if they're unprepared, but we knew coming in that their bigs all can shoot threes down the line. And a guard is aggressive penetrating, but if you go under screen too often and give them too much of a heavy dose of going under the screens, that they can shoot behind the screen as well. So I think we were just prepared for it. They still made 15 threes or whatever, but I thought our preparation by the coaches was well done.
Second straight game now, you guys have really fed off of pushing the ball, pushing the pace. Why is it important for this team to do that?
To capitalize when we are playing well defensively. We have so many games this year where, if our defense isn't on target, it affected our offense. Come down, play too slow, take bad half-court shots. So we are in a good defensive rhythm, and we're getting stops and getting rebounds. We got to push that ball down the court and get easy baskets.
You mentioned learning a lot last year, trying to be the go-to guy. How different is it when you're, the focal point and the teams are tuning in on you? And what all did you learn last year?
I learned patience, man. I learned patience. Sometimes when you're given the ball, you can't hide. You start pressing, you want to succeed so bad, especially because that was my first opportunity at the NBA level, being asked to do that. And you know, so over the summertime, I learned to read the game a little bit better, pick my spots a little bit better. You know, the key word for me is just efficiency. It's not about having the ball and getting a lot of shots. It's about taking and making the right shots, making the right plays. That's why I'm being given that responsibility. So if I got to take 10 shots or 11 shots, you know, I'm gonna make sure that they're great shots for me. And there are games where I can get 19, 20 shots and have an explosive game. You know, I'll take that too. But you know, for me, the big key's been patience and efficiency.
A lot of the guys over the offseason said that you were dominating pickup games and you were playing really well. Did you kind of foresee this kind of breakout year coming because you were playing so well over the offseason?
Yeah, you know, if you ask any guy who evolves and gets into the elite status, they've had a belief from day one. You know, it's not like they didn't believe in themselves and then suddenly, you know, I've always believed in myself even for 5-6 years when it was unclear to so many even coming into the NBA. It may still be unclear now. You know, I'm only 30 games into the season. You know, guys have done this year after year after year. You know, and that's where I want to be. I want to continue to get better and do it year after year.
That's all.
I was asking Jacques today about the neighborhood where you spent part of your childhood, the generally rural area within LA, just how special it is. You got a sense of how special that is? How unusual it is to be in one of the greatest cities in the world and yet have almost a rural zone?
Compton?
Yeah. I mean, just that pocket within Compton.
Yeah. I mean, I think that the image and everything about Compton came from a little bit of gang violence because it was so invested in that small area. But it's part of, you know, it shaped me a little bit. It made me tougher. It kind of created my demeanor a little bit. And it's a rough neighborhood, but you know, it also, you know, created a lot of character for me.
Well, I'm referring to you spent, 4 years of your teenage years in that rural area where there are horses and their farm. That's what I'm referring to. I mean, is that not a big deal, or is it just...
It's really not that. Imagine like a house with a couple of chickens in it. Like, it's not...
Okay.
It's not a farm. It's not... Literally across the street is probably the worst, you know, so...
Okay.
It's just an area where in older times, the land space was bigger, but it's not farms. You see a horse, one horse, though. It's not like a farm area.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.